And you're getting a live look at the Mercedes-Benz Arena in Shanghai, China, as the NBA Global Games roll through the country of China. They continue here in the 2016 preseason as the Houston Rockets take on the New Orleans Pelicans. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Tim Capstra, I am Justin Shackle. We have two teams out of the Southwestern Division in the Western Conference. Two teams, Tim, that underachieved last season. The Rockets just making the playoffs. The Pelicans taking a step back. Both teams made surplus changes in the offseason. Now the big question is, were they enough to get these two teams back to where they were just 2 seasons ago?
Well, it's going to be interesting to evaluate. You see the changes for the Houston Rockets right there as Ryan Anderson and Eric Gordon join the lineup. And then on the other side, you've got both Ejuan Moore and Solomon Hill joining the New Orleans Pelicans.
Right around Anthony Davis for the Pelicans, and of course, James Harden for the Houston Rockets, who are guided by a new head coach at the Mercedes-Benz Arena. Of course, these two teams, a lengthy stay in the country of China, down on the floor. Anthony Davis and James Harden are about to dress the fans.
The show tonight. Thank you and enjoy the game.
Benz Arena. And Tim Frazier going to be counted on to run the point this season, with a couple of notable players being hampered by some injuries and other circumstances that are keeping them out. Frazier with the early responsibility of running point guard, and a quick foul there on the Rockets.
Yeah, and prudent move by him to get the ball right to Anthony Davis. A little inside pivot, put a little pressure on Ryan Anderson, and going right to the line.
Davis, three-time All-Star. He played 18 minutes against the Pacers in the Pelicans' last preseason game earlier this week. Missed its first 7 shots. A little bit of hysteria unfolded, and then things went back to normal. Finished with 12 points. He makes his 2 free. Looks to be one of the beneficiaries with Harden at the point. He misses that one inside. Come the Pelicans. Backdoor pass inside for Omer Asik.
What we have right there is a lack of communication. A wide end.
Inside on Asik. The shot can't go in, and it's taken by Solomon Hill. Here's Moore again. Punt fake over Harden. Feeding Davis inside, and the big flush.
Credit
inside, and the big flush.
Credit Ejuan Moore for the good feel for the game with shot fake and drop off.
Back on the other end quickly. Harden in the corner. The shot from Trevor Ariza goes down. A corner 3.
With Ejuan Moore, that they hope to really improve their defensive ranking.
On the other end, Davis knocks it down right over Ariza, no problem. And the Pelicans on top here, 11-7.
Vin Gentry, you see on the sideline.
Nene into the ball game, beginning his 15th season in the NBA. Davis, a running floater with the right hand. That goes down for Anthony Davis.
The first.
New Orleans ahead by 1.
Here's the spread offense attack. A lot of space around the three-point line. And here's Harden running the show.
Set up the screen from Nene, and he knocks it down, no problem. Stevenson, he knocks that one down. A lot of roster questions with this Pelicans team, but the versatility for Stevenson, who signed late, partially guaranteed contract, could make him a valuable piece to make this roster.
How about Harden going underneath the screen that time is Ejuan Moore, and that's the second time he's made him pay.
Yet today, he's been hampered by back spasms. On the other returning Pelicans. Healed inside to Davis. The shot goes in.
Time for Ariza. The quick leaping ability to throw it up in the vicinity. Capella's look good.
Davis looking good there, wheeling around over Capella.
Gordon on the miss, and then there's a scramble.
Well, Davis got knocked in the face.
Oh, 15 foul. He'll go to the free throw line right now. No surprise, Anthony Davis is impressed. At 13, he's going for his 14th point right here.
Knocks it down, no problem. Davis 4 of 5 from the line here today.
How much Davis is utilized at the 5 position, I think, will be interesting with this New Orleans Pelican team. I mean, you got Ajinça that's there. You got Omer sets up the open corner 3, and you talked about it. The Houston Rockets didn't defend that shot well. It was wide open right there.
First lead for the Pelicans quickly erased as Harden comes back on the other end. And Houston up by 1. 2 minutes to play here in half number 1 from Shanghai. And the whistle's blown. That shot rolls out of a foul on Houston. On
both ends of the floor. He's got 11 points, but he hasn't given Ryan Anderson much space. He's terrific at defending the three-point line.
And Davis at the line.
And for the Houston Rockets, you always want to, preseason, you want to really evaluate your acquisitions. Eric Gordon's looked very good for the Houston Rockets. 12 points so far. And again, his versatility. Fields look good. Not there, but he's looked very good.
15 minutes here today as 8 points
in the second quarter.
And Harden's ability to get to the free throw line, free points for him. We've seen that throughout his career. And that's another angle in his game. You don't know if it could be improved upon. It's so sharp.
Nobody does it better than James Harden getting to the line. Another reason why Rockets defense should be better, or should have always been better.
15 minutes here today. Tie game at 63, 35 seconds to go. Dante Cunningham playing on Harden, lets it fly, and he knocks it down again.
Presence of mind to drop it back.
1 point ball game. Rockets will control. Shot and game clock are identical. And Harden with the ball. 4 seconds to go. Harden pulling the trigger. And it's had 10 three-pointers in the first half. That was the first here in the second, and more. Puts in the loose ball layup.
Some defensive breakdowns. And again, the Rockets, if they're going to make a big impact. What a finish by, finish by Nene. He's playing very, very well. Both teams are going to be helped significantly.
Harden on a double team. Coming back. Shot falls short. And Tim Frazier picking it up for the Pelicans. No look to Davis. Can't make the for the Pelicans. Solomon Hill back on the floor for New Orleans as well. Stevenson over Anderson.
See this lineup now when Anthony moves to the 5 position.
Harden for the Rockets, pretty much devoted to defense.
Well, that's where they know they have to improve. I mean, they're 22nd in the NBA in defense as Davis makes the drive right there, and you see his agility and touch. Watch the Rockets here and navigate. Look at that shot fake for Gordon, fundamental. They're going to be able to put up enormous numbers. If they're at least an average defensive team, they can really, be in, have an impactful playoff or make the playoffs and then see what they can do.
Davis drains that jumper over Nene. Harden crossing over, left-handed finish for James Harden.
Wow. Seen that enough times.
The mark trying to beat the shot clock. Harden trying to draw the foul. He does. Shot doesn't fall.
So crafty that time. Seeing the Buddy Hield's arms outstretched and knew to attack him.
We saw Harden able to do that at the end of the first half. Draw a foul from behind the three-point line.
And Buddy Hield's all into the ball right there. So Harden says, I'll go up in my shooting motion and I'll get myself 3 quick, easy ones.
Makes the first.
And again, that's why he led the league in free throw attempts last year. The feel for the game at the line, the feel for drawing fouls from behind the line, drawing fouls, attacking the basket. Well, Buddy Hield, though, we liked what we saw in the first half. Shooting, but scoring, driving, and he defended effectively.